Hello everybody, it's Niklas and welcome to this new video on Meshmixer. And in this video we are going to make an introduction to this software Meshmixer to work with 3D sculpting. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like the content. First link on the description, the complete course Meshmixer is available. So if you want to learn Meshmixer starting from scratch with the course structure, it will be on the first link on the description. You will see the models session of the course, what you will be able to learn. It is a complete course to perfectly master Meshmixer. Second link on the description, it is a website in link with this YouTube channel. You can discover software and have basics of this software in these YouTube channels. And second link on the description, it is like an online school. You can pick any course and learn any graphic software. So let's start. The first thing that I'm going to do here is to take a look about the dashboard. So concretely, you have a list of different tools on the left. You can, for example, import models. You will be able to add different type of primitive. You have different selection tools. If you create a selection, you will have access to different options. You have also a sculpt tools with different tools of conceptions here. You can find stamp tools as well, edit tools with different options more for 3D modeling, and you can find also analysis. You can analyze your models. You have the possibility to change the shaders, to export your work, and to set parameters for printing. Totally on the top, you have the file here. If you want to have access to the preferences, you can directly set preferences here. Not many things to change. Concretely, the navigation mode is Fusion 360. I can advise you to keep this because I think Meshmixer is not pretty convenient. Fusion 360 is pretty simple. I'm going to show you just after. And you can change also the language if you need. And this is some basic options that we can do. If I just click here, you will have also access to the properties of this cube. So it means when you go on this area, you can switch the view, perspective view, orthographic view, for example. And when you go on this area, you have also the possibility to go in the properties, and you can, for example, change the size of this cube. You can also work with opacity, but I think the value by default can be pretty convenient. After to do this type of work, what is the aim? The aim for the navigation is you can use a scroll wheel. When you dragging and moving the scroll wheel, you can zoom in and you can zoom out. When you click on the scroll wheel, you can dragging and moving like this. And if you want to turn around your object, you just need to go right click and you can turn around your object in your space of work. So this is why Fusion 360 for the navigation, it's pretty convenient. You can also select a specific view here with this cube. You can turn on the view. Here this is the bottom view. If I come back here, this one is the left view. You can also turn here, back view, and you can just dragging and moving also the cube to be able to navigate in your space of work. So this is some basicals that we can do. After to understand that, you can start with different type of primitives. So for example, this is a sphere, but I can go on file. I can start, for example, with a bunny, just like this. I have also the possibility to start again with a sphere. And I have also the possibility to start, for example, with a plane. But even when you start here, you have also the possibility to go on Meshmix and to import any element for the library. I will show you in another video how you can import and edit this different primitive. If, for example, I come back to the sphere, I will click on the sphere here. And if I want to dragging and moving the sphere, I have the possibility to go in the edit mode, select transforms, and I can, for example, dragging and moving the sphere. I will have a transform panels when I can tap, for example, the translation. If I want to tap, for example, 40 on the X, I can move my sphere with 40, but you can use also the rotation, the scale value, and the size value. I can invite you to use enable snapping. If you don't use this, as you can see, you won't have any value. So this is why if I use enable snapping, you can see now we can have different value, and it's pretty convenient. You can, for example, dragging and moving. You can also, for example, scale your object. You can extend, and you can do a lot of things just with this feature. You can scale. You can turn also your object at your convenience, just like that. So you can add any primitive shapes, and after to add primitive shape, you have also more options. because when you go directly on the mesh mix here, you have primitive. You can also have all this type of categorize. You can add arms, you can add, for example, legs, and more type of primitive. Let's just come back with file. I will import a sphere again. I will go in the edit mode, transform features, and I will dragging and moving the sphere maybe around this value, and I will accept this one. Now let's take a look about the sculpt. Because it is a sculpt software, we can work with 3D modeling, but it is a 3D sculpting software. Here you will have access to different type of brush, for example. So when I go here, I have brushes and I have different type of tools that I can use. If, for example, I select something like the draw tools, I can click on the draw tools and I can define for my brush the strength, the size, the depth. And if I want to activate a symmetry, I can click here to activate symmetry, and I have also symmetry snap option for the center. When I click on the right view here, now we can place on the right position, and maybe I can work with the size, a little bit the strength, and if I go here, I can go left click and I can, for example, start to draw something. And I can, for example, draw something on this area. I can also turn around, maybe here, and I can draw and continue to draw with these tools, for example, just like that. If I want to maybe pull, I can select the drag tools, and with the drag tools I can select one more time the strength, the size, and I can, for example, extend with my drag tools on these directions. With the drag tools you can also pull like this if, for example, you want. Then you have multiple tools like this. If I want to create something at these levels, I can select the draw tools again, and with the draw tools again, I can, for example, invert. So it means you can press Ctrl, I will decrease a little bit the strength, and if I press Ctrl, I can start to create something on this area. At the opposite, I can go here, and I can, for example, draw anything on this area. And if I press Ctrl again, I will be able to draw something. So this is why snapping option can be pretty convenient just here. Here I'm using the symmetry panels, but if I don't want to use the symmetry, I can deactivate the symmetry options. And you have many different tools that you can use, like, for example, if you want to flatten, you can use flatten. And when I'm using flatten, I will be, for example, able to flat. So when I click here, as you can see, I can flatten on this area and make something flat just here. Here it is same. I can maybe flatten on this area, or I can flatten on this area. Something that I can do also when I select the brush tool, you have multiple type of options to, for example, smooth, and maybe I can select something like the shrink smooth. And thanks to the shrink smooth, you will be able to clean, for example, your topologize, and I will be able to just clean like this. And depending on the strength, depending on the size, but also the deep value, I can smooth just like this. Here I can smooth as well, here I can smooth as well, and here I can smooth as well. You need to be careful when you use, for example, the smooth tools to not put too much strength on this area. So definitely we have very convenient tools to work with 3D sculpting. When you go in the edit mode, you have different type of options, but you can also create some selection. So for example, you can use the select tools, and you can create a selection. You can press W to activate the wireframe, and you can create any selection. For example, I can create a selection here, and after to create a selection, you have different options. You can, for example, work with the topologize, or I can, for example, extrude this one with different type of options. I can work with the density value, the offset value, and for example, I can extrude this one. I can validate, press W, and as you can see, I extruded this one. And if I come back to my sculpt tools with the brush, with, for example, the shrink smooth, as you can see, I can then smooth this element. So I have a very convenient tool. Meshmixer is an old software, but even if it is an old software, it is a reference software for 3D sculpting. It is definitely an amazing software, reference software for 3D sculpting. So we are going to stop here for this video. If you like, subscribe to this YouTube channels. First link on the description, the complete course Meshmixer is available. So if you want to learn this software starting from scratch with the course structure, it will be on the first link on the description. You will see the models, session of the course, what you will be able to learn in this training course. Secondly, on the description, it is the website in link with this YouTube channel. You can discover software, learn, have the basicals of this software in these YouTube channels. And secondly, on the description, it is a summary of all the graphic courses available. It is like an online school, and you can pick a course and learn any graphic software. And for the next video on these channels, see you. Ciao, ciao.